Hello there. Welcome to my channel. This is Not Zodical. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you see here. I just wanted to give an introduction here in this video about what we'll be talking about on this channel. So this channel is basically, I'm going to be discussing issues of race, class, and gender, and especially Black womanhood, and just different social commentary based on my experience as a monoracial, light-skinned Black woman in the US of A. I've really been thinking for a long time about starting a channel, and I'm one of those people who has a ton of ideas and has a hard time narrowing things down for execution. And so I've been thinking a lot about these topics. I talk about race and class and gender and colorism and texturism and featureism and Black womanhood a lot in my personal life. I talk about it a lot in my education, and it comes up in my profession as well, or in my professional life as well. And so I thought, this has got to be the thing. These are things that I'm very passionate about. These are things that I really want to discuss. And, for a long time, I've been looking for a space for girls like me. I'm light-skinned, I'm monoracial. Both my parents are Black. I'm not a mixed girl. I have type 4 hair. And I couldn't find a space where I felt comfortable. I couldn't find a space online or in my regular life, and I'll talk about that in other videos, for women like me who identified as being Black, not mixed, but are experiencing life through the lens of light skin privilege. And I, recently, not so recently, I'm looking online. I'm going through YouTube, and I'm trying to find, something like, who's talking about this? Who's talking about this? And I come across, you guessed it, Exoticals United. And I felt like, whoa, this woman is saying some things that really resonate with me. But there are some experiences that she has that don't really resonate with me. So I looked at some other stuff and some other women who were in that space, and some other channels, and I thought, okay, these channels work. These channels, these people are saying some things that make sense to me too. I checked out Chrissy. Well, I've been following Chrissy for a long time, and I did find, and I love to give shout outs, just because I feel like this is all a conversation, and I'm entering the chat. And I'm hoping that other people like me have, feel safe enough to share their thoughts and opinions on whatever my thoughts and opinions are, as well. But I also came across regular Black girl, and I said, oh, snap. Now, see, this is a little bit more closer to my experience as well. And I'm going to put like videos and link, videos that these people have made that make sense for me, or that led me to think, what, I want to put my 2 cents in the conversation as well. I'm trying to, add to the zeitgeist. But I said, I think it's time. I think, there's a space right now. I think what really propelled me to really want to start this channel is that there seems to be, and this is breaking my stinking heart, but there seems to be a divide right now in the Black women's space on the interwebs. And it sounds like it's turning out to be a full out light skin versus dark skin war. And I'm just like, oh no, we can't do that. I mean, at the end of the day, white supremacy is what's fueling this whole thing. White supremacy is what's fueling this whole thing. And, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go back to talking about me and letting you know a little bit about me. So, like I said, I identify as a light-skinned, monoracial Black woman. I consider myself to be a part of the foundational Black American community. Both my parents are Black. Both my parents are descended of the slaves that were here, that pulled up on the shores. Well, they didn't really pull up. They got snatched up 400 or 500 years ago. And as for me, I'll show my admixture just so to give people a visual, and I'll show my my skin tone. My skin tone varies throughout the year, like most people, but I can go from pretty pale to about a caramel complexion. So I'll put up a little comparison of my my skin tone. So this is my winter shade, and then this is like my fall and like, I guess, early summer shade, and then this is my middle of the summer. I've been outside at the beach all day shade. And I'm from New York, born and raised. I'm a Bronx girl, and I love my city. And so just, another point is that a lot of my experiences will be also, keep in mind, my experiences are coming from a Black American woman who's raised in New York City, and having lived in other places in this country. New York City is so unlike the rest of the country. When I was in college, a professor had once said, if you wanted to tell a foreigner, if you wanted to give them an accurate description of America, you should not use New York City as an example, because New York City it's like a country within a country. And if you're from New York, if you've lived in New York, if you like moved to New York for some time and then moved back home or whatever the case may be, there's really no other place in this country that's like New York City. And so I'll talk a lot about how my experiences as a New Yorker also shape my understanding of my own identity and of my positionality in the world. And I would love for everyone to I would love for you all to just come with me on this journey while I am exploring and learning more about my positionality in the world. And I hope we can learn together. And I hope that we can have some real conversation about what it means to be a Black woman in this country. And especially if you are experiencing life through the lens of a monoracial, light-skinned Black woman.